Welcome back to the Untouchaballs podcast. Caden and Evan here, bringing you our weekly pick'em episode. Evan, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty great, Caden. How about yourself?
I'm doing not too bad myself. Looking back at last week's picks, looking at it, including our best bets, I did lose my best bets for the first time this season with Georgia Tech giving up 48 points against NC State and losing that game, not covering. So I ended up going 5-5 in college, and now sit 47-4 on the season with 2-1 best bets. Evan Dwyer goes 4-5 with his best bet of the Texas Tech Red Raiders winning, and that sits him now at the season 47-4 with his best bets at 1-2. Now looking over at the NFL, me and Dwyer, we had the exact same picks. We did the exact same this week, and it was another mediocreness out of these 7 games. We did end up picking 3-4 for the both of us. Cowboys offense looked terrible last night against the Cardinals. But now we'll kick it off with college as we always do. As we'll start Friday night, big AC American Conference matchup as the Tulane Green Wave coming off a bad loss on the road against UTEP last week. They will be going on the road against the number 24 ranked Memphis Tigers to see who will probably most likely get kicked out of possibly competing in that conference title, where Memphis is a 5.5 point favorite.
Yeah, Caden. Well, we saw Tulane, rough loss. This is your team at the beginning of the year. You loved them. And disappointed you last week. Definitely disappointment last week. I think it was a couple weeks ago. It was a Memphis versus South Florida, I believe. And I picked South Florida, and I unfortunately lost that one. And with this matchup, I am going to be riding with Memphis. I'm not going to pick against them again. Tulane, I do think that they have a chance to bounce back here, but I don't know. I feel like Memphis has been playing good football as of recently, and I do think that they're the better team here. Obviously, they are the favorite in this one, and I'm going to ride the favorite. So, Memphis all the way.
Yeah, Memphis really has been humming as of late, like you mentioned. Like that offense, the dual threat ability they have at quarterback, they can really gash you both sides, whether it be running or passing. That offense is really good. Their defense is, I think, what can keep Tulane in this game. I think Retzlaff, his dual threat ability of his own, is going to be able to keep this Tulane offense in the game as long as they can stick away from the stupid turnovers, which cost them really early in that UTEP game and made it so the second half really didn't matter. They had bad fumbles, a bad interception. Like Retzlaff and company, they limit the turnovers, fumbles, interceptions. I think they can most definitely stay in this game. I mean, season's on the line here. You need to try to pick up a big win. You were looking good if you just get that win last week. This doesn't. I mean, it still matters obviously, but it wouldn't be as win or go home. But this is a win or go home game. And I do think Tulane's going to find a way on the road to come here, cover that 5.5, maybe even pull up that upset win. Now, our next game we do got is in the morning slate, a nice big ranked-on-ranked matchup inside the Big 12, as the BYU Cougars are going to be on the road against the Texas Tech Red Raiders, where Texas Tech is a 10-point favorite.
I've had a tough one with this one, Cade. This just seemed like a tough game, but it's a line, really, that's been giving me a lot of troubles. 9.5 is just, it's a
10.
big line. 10 even. Sorry, I'm looking at 9.5. 10. Still a tough line. That is a big one, although BYU is on the road. We've seen BYU's a good team, and I think that they're able to cover this game. So I'm taking BYU. It's a big line to cover. I don't know if they win this game necessarily, but Texas Tech is going to have to really show out if they're going to have to, cover this line. So I feel safe with BYU covering.
I'm with you 100%. 10 just seems too much in this matchup. Like, I know Texas Tech's offense has been really good this season, and they can put up points. BYU's defense isn't bad, and Bear Bachmeier and company on that offense, they can put up points. They can give you 20-plus points a game, and I don't think Tech's going to be able to do their usual, 35, 40 points offensively in this. So, yeah, 10 just seems like way too big of a spread in what should be, in my eyes, a very, very highly contested matchup here in the morning slate. Yeah, I'm with you, Dwyer. I don't see why this is really a 10-point spread. It seems too much for a matchup like this. So, yeah, give me the Cougars plus 10. I'm with you right there at 100%. Next matchup we got is the Colorado Buffaloes. They'll be on the road against the West Virginia Mountaineers, where the Mountaineers are a 6.5 point favorite.
Back with this Colorado team, Caden.
They suck.
They are so bad. They are so bad. You said West Virginia's at home, correct?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
And they're just coming off a big upset win over Houston last week.
yeah. With that said, this is going to be my lock of the week. I was just making sure. Colorado's just so bad, man. I mean, they had that one win against Iowa State earlier in the year, which I was like, maybe this is going to be it. But, like, man, we saw Arizona this last week. But last 2 weeks.
Don't mention that game.
Week before? Yeah. It's just, I don't know what, I mean, it's just a throwaway season again for this this team. I don't see this team having a chance at covering this game against West Virginia. Again, I'm just taking a team that's been playing better football as of recently. Both teams are 3-6. It's like they're either been very good this year, but I don't trust Colorado right now. I think they're kind of scrambling to kind of find their identity.
Oh, yeah, I don't trust Colorado at all. This offense is awful, and this defense has now given up 40 points a game. And I know West Virginia doesn't have, like, the most explosive offense or anything, but they did just put up 45 at Houston last week. So that is something right there. They're able to go in, beat Houston, who was a big ranked team coming off big win at Arizona State the week before. Like, they were looking good. West Virginia comes in and gets the win, and now they get to come back home. Colorado's got to travel all the way to the East Coast to go play this game. And they suck. West Virginia isn't good, but they don't suck. 6.5. They should be able to cover this most definitely on Saturday. Now moving into our afternoon slate on Saturday, we got the Oregon Ducks. They'll be going on the road against the Iowa Hawkeyes, where Oregon is a 6.5 point favorite.
Kid, I'm gonna be taking Oregon in this one. Again, I just think they're a better team than Iowa. Frankly, I just don't think that this is a too small of a line in my eyes. It's at 6.5. Correct? You have it at?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, like I just think that with that touchdown difference in there, I like Oregon better.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa's definitely been improved this year, especially offensively. You bring in Gronowski over from South Dakota State. He's been a very big improvement for this offense, something that's been, the butt of a lot of jokes over the last handful of years with how just bad that Ferentz offense had been. And then you look over at Oregon. Dante Moore's been a very good quarterback this season for Oregon. Their offense is still very good. Dan Lanning, still one of the better coaches here in college football. Even though Iowa is an improved team this year, I still don't think they are up to par with this Ducks team. The defense is still good, but I don't think can match up with this Oregon offense. So yeah, with you once again here, Dwyer. Oregon minus 6.5 on the road. Now we got another big ranked-on-ranked matchup, this time in the SEC, as the Texas A&M Aggies are going to be going on the road against the Missouri Tigers, where Texas A&M is a 7-point favorite.
Caden, I would love to take Texas A&M in this game, but I feel like I've kind of fallen into a little bit of a, I don't know, this would just be a game that I'm taking Texas Tech in, but I really like Missouri at home in this one. I feel like an upset's coming with this one. This Missouri team's been playing good. They just kind of got unlucky, like with the Vanderbilt game.
Bo Pribula is out for the season, but
yeah, but at home, I'm feeling an upset here. I just don't. I know I picked Texas A&M. I think they're my best bet last week, but I don't know. I like this Missouri.
Texas Tech was your best bet last week.
Yeah, Texas Tech was. Sorry, not A&M. Anyways, give me Missouri in this one. I just pure stupid.
You got a gut feeling.
Gut feeling.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with that gut feeling. I'm riding with the Aggies this week. Marcel Reed is an electric dual-threat quarterback there for this Aggies offense. Their defense is incredible as well. There's a reason they're number 3 in the country. I mean, they're a very, very good football team. And I think losing Pribula is terrible for this Missouri offense. I mean, he's been a very good quarterback, coming in, replacing Brady Cook, who's been great for them over that last couple of seasons. He's been great. I think it's going to be hard for them with the backup in now. And I think Texas A&M is just the better team overall, so I'm going to be riding with the Aggies minus 7 in that one. Next game we got now in our night slate is the LSU Tigers, now without Brian Kelly. They will be going on the road against the Alabama Crimson Tide, where Alabama is a 10-point favorite.
Oof, 10. That's a high number, Caden. With that said, though, I think I'm going to ride with Alabama. At home, we've seen them all year. They've been a pretty good team. And I just think Alabama's going to take over LSU. LSU just hasn't been as dominant as we thought they were going to be going into the year. And I just think the Tide are going to take care of business.
I agree. I also think the Tide are going to come in at home on Saturday night, come and take care of business. Just, yeah, like you said, the LSU team has not lived up to expectations at all of what we thought coming into this season. And it's really been on the offensive side of the ball. Garrett Nussmeier was my Heisman pick going into the season. I thought he was going to be in store for an amazing season. And this LSU offense has just been very disappointing. Their defense has been incredible. They have a good defense has been slacking over these last couple of weeks, but they have a good defense. It's just the offense has not been there, and the way Ty Simpson and this Alabama offense have been playing after that loss against Florida State to open the season, I don't think there's a way LSU can really cover this game unless they somehow, Garrett Nussmeier and company, start to wake up in week 10. But, so yeah, Alabama minus 10 as well. And then you already gave your best bet this week with West Virginia minus 6.5. My best bet is going to be on a team that did just lose last week, and that is the Vanderbilt Commodores. I like them minus 6.5 at home against the Auburn Tigers on Saturday. Auburn, I know they just fired Hugh Freeze, but I still don't believe in Jackson Arnold as a quarterback. Don't think he's that good. But then you look at this Vanderbilt team. Yeah, you do lose to Texas last week. That fourth quarter, though, was great for this Vanderbilt team. Their offense is still one of the best in the country. Alabama's not good, and Auburn's not good. And Vanderbilt is still fighting for a playoff spot. I think they're going to try to make a statement here on Saturday at home, crush that 6.5 point line.
I like it. I do like it. Vandy's been good all year. You know what I mean? I just feel like everyone's not going to have down weeks. So.
And now, before we move on to our NFL slate, today, as of recording, was the NFL trade deadline. So we just want to talk a little bit about the biggest moves before getting into our NFL games this week, starting off with probably the biggest one of the day. The Colts receiving cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets in return for a 2026 and 2027 first-round pick and wide receiver Adonai Mitchell.
I mean, Cade, what a shocking move. Like, there was not a single rumor about Sauce getting moved at all. With that entire Jets team, that's the guy who gets moved. It was very shocking. Big package. I mean, that was 2 first-round picks. I mean, last time I think we've seen a trade that, I mean, that was probably close to what Parsons was, correct? I mean, it was similar at least. Yeah. Khalil Mack a couple of years ago now, a little while ago, but same kind of package. But it makes sense. I mean, he's one of the top cornerbacks in the league. He's only 24 years old. They just locked him up in the offseason, so now he's going to be a Colt for the next 4 years. And for this Colts team, I love this, man. I really do. I get mortgaging the future. It's a dangerous game you're playing, but when you're 7-2 and your weakest position is DB, it's your secondary. It's really what's been struggling for them for their defense because their front line's been great in defense. The linebackers have been great. Coverage-wise, they haven't been the best, but secondary has been rough. And you just go and add one of the best talents in all pro, basically, to this team. And I mean, I think the Colts, I think they believe, I think they see that, like, they have a window here to win, and they're not going to just let that pass up. And I really love seeing an NFL team like them go after it rather than just sit and just keep hoping. So I thought they won the deadline.
Yeah, Hold Merchant, Sauce Gardner is a very good cornerback for sure. And then, yeah, you're right. I mean, this Colts team, their offense has been one of the best in football. Obviously, you and me, we both talked about this a lot throughout this season. And their defense has been not terrible, but not great. And you're right, the DB position has been their weakest. And now you're bringing in an all-pro level corner in Sauce Gardner who can really lock it down there. I think that's great for them. And, yeah, they probably are winners of the deadline for sure because, I mean, your 7-2 offense is great. You have Offensive Player of the Year locked up basically with Jonathan Taylor. Like, you have a lot of stuff working for you. So, yeah, if you can get a stabilizer on the defense in Sauce Gardner, that could be huge for them. And then the Jets also made another big move as they just kind of were a little bit of a fire sale today. They traded 3-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Quentin Williams to the Cowboys, and that was in return.
I think it was a first and a second they got. Pretty sure.
Yeah, first and a second, and Mozzie Smith.
Yeah. I'll start off with Cowboys, and I do want to talk a little Jets too, because I got some words for the Jets. But Cowboys, it's weird because like it helps them, right? Like you bring in like you need, but like you already had that with Parsons. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense
Well,
to me.
I mean, it's different.
Different.
Quentin Williams and an
It's
off-ball linebacker, edge rusher, and Michael
True.
Parsons.
It's a weird move from them to make when you just lost last night. Like, what's their record? Are they like 3-5?
Yeah, they're not great. Yeah,
It's just I don't know. It's a weird move for them to make right now, like because this is usually when you're a deadline, when you're buyers, it's usually like contending for a playoff spot. When the Cowboys aren't really that, you know. I mean, like they're pretty much a loss or two away from pretty much being eliminated from wild card even talks, and good luck winning the division. But for the Jets side of it, I mean, on the day, I would have said this was a great day if they traded Breece Hall, man. How do you not trade Breece Hall? That is the most confusing thing to me. Like, I know they wanted a third-round pick, which apparently they didn't get an offer for a third-round pick, which makes no sense to me. Why no one else would try and jump on that?
Yeah.
I don't understand how no one jumped on that. I mean, he's 24 years old. He's in a contract year. That's another thing for the Jets. He's going to walk at the end of this year. There's no way he's staying there. So you're going to let him walk for free. And for these other teams, like a Chiefs, I mean, they traded for Kadarius Toney like it was like a second-round pick a couple years ago. Well, why not try for Breece Hall when your running back room's been brutal this year? You know, I just don't understand that from like the rest of the NFL. Maybe there's something we're missing. But Breece Hall aside, I mean, man, they brought in so many picks. I think they have like 3 first-round picks going into the next year, ton of seconds. They have multiple first-round picks in 27. They need to obviously they broke it down and they got to rebuild. I mean, we're going to see this is going to be a completely different Jets team. You'd imagine, you know, Fields is not going to be there next year. I mean, this team, I think they are kind of desperately needed a rebuild. I mean, that run they had with Aaron Rodgers and you know they brought in Devontae Adams. I felt like that kind of set them back for the future. That you know, it makes sense why we're at with the Jets right now. From those previous years, it makes sense because they didn't have any capital to like draft, and yeah, now they're restarting. So I do like it for them. So it's just the deadline. If they moved Breece Hall, I would have been way more happy with their deadline. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, not moving Breece Hall is a little crazy because yeah, he's most likely going to walk unless for some reason the Jets give him a bag while they're rebuilding. Don't really understand that, but the thing that maybe could make them decide to pay Breece Hall is because. Like you said, they have 3 first-round picks next year in what should be a very good quarterback class. So you're going to have one of those picks is most likely probably your first pick because they're also going to be vying for the number 1 pick the rest of the season. Them, the Saints, the Titans. We mentioned those, but yeah. So I think that's good for them. So yeah, you can use that. They'll have a top pick to go get who they think could be their quarterback of the future. And now you have these other first-round picks. Either make trades to maybe get a player or two you want, or use that to get a skill position player to pair up with Garrett Wilson or someone on that defense and try to bolster it up and just, start from new. A lot of rookie scale contracts and stuff that can get you to what you're trying to be, even though you probably won't because you're the Jets.
That's very true. Is there? I know NFL draft, that's a far ways away, but is there a consensus 1-1 yet for quarterback wise or no?
No, I mean, it's Fernando Mendoza. I mean, Drew Aller's injury sets him back a lot.
Sure.
I don't like him, but Lenore Sellers, Dante Moore.
Okay. So nothing jumps out.
No.
Maybe Mendoza, but yeah.
Maybe Mendoza, yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. Like you said, they got so much they got to change. Hey, Breece Hall, man. Oh, he wants out. It isn't like he was tweeting all day today. He's like, sending gifs out, like, trade me, man. You know, it's just like all these other guys getting out. I want out too.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to our NFL picks now for the week. As on Thursday Night Football, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, and they will be on the road against the Denver Broncos, where the Broncos are a 9.5-point favorite.
This is a high line, Caden, for the Broncos. I know last week we picked the Broncos to win. Last week really showed me how week to week the NFL is, man. It's so week to week. With that said, Broncos are at home, correct?
Yeah, and the Broncos did come through for us last week.
They did come through. It was close. It was really close.
It was close, but they came
did
through.
not look as good as we anticipated them looking. Like I remember, I took them as an underdog. Like I think they were underdogs going into that game. Yeah, it was like plus 105. I took them like, oh, that's easy, and it was like that was the most sweaty game ever. It was like, oh my god. But with that said, though, on a short week notice, I like them at home here. Still like them way better than the Raiders. Raiders have no identity. Geno Smith is he's just not that guy. You know, he's just not good. He just really isn't. They just trade another guy we missed. Jacoby Myers is now gone. So it's just like it hurts them. I mean, Brock Bowers being back is huge for that offense, but still, with that said, this Broncos team's gonna take care of the Raiders.
Yeah, this Raiders team's so bad. I didn't going into the season. I didn't think they'd be great, but I didn't think they'd be this bad. They suck, and this Broncos defense is still great. Their offense, I think, is gonna be able to do some things against this Raiders defense, which is not that good either. So yeah, Broncos. I know 9.5 is a lot of points, especially on a short week. But the Raiders are so bad. I think the Broncos at home are gonna be able to come and just pile on, give us a snooze fest on Thursday night. Now let's go into our Sunday games. As on Sunday morning, you got the 7-2 New England Patriots, tied for the best record in the AFC. They will be on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, coming off their bye, as the Bucs are a 2.5-point favorite.
Kate, I'm a little shocked we didn't see anything from this Patriots team at the deadline. You know, I thought we were going to see at least a move or two.
Brees, give a third rounder for Brees Hall.
It would have been.
So you can get rid of Ramondre Stevenson.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know anything.
Get Chris Olave from the Saints.
You know, nothing. There was nothing, and I thought that was a little shocking, especially from the 7-2 team. But that means that they probably trust their team. They feel good about their in-room talent right now. I mean, yeah, they're a legitimate threat to win that division right now. They're tied with the Bills, and it'll be interesting when they haven't played them. Have they played them yet?
The Bills already this year.
Beat them, and so they got one more game already against them. So
in Foxborough is the next game.
That will be a good one.
They already beat them in Buffalo.
Oof. I mean, yeah, no one thought the Patriots would be this good this year so far. It'd be interesting to keep going. Barely got. They squeaked through last week against the.
They choked our covers so bad.
They did. It was bad. And with that said, I'm going to be taking the Buccaneers in this game at home. I like them being at home, especially coming off the bye. I think they're going to be a lot more.
How's your boy Bucky?
He should be. Is a good chance. He's questionable going into the week. I think he's going. I mean, we don't know. He hasn't practiced yet. The practice logs aren't out yet, but I would expect he would probably be leaning towards playing this week, and what I like. I think this Buccaneers team is very good. They're just very beat up. I mean, between Chris Godwin, obviously losing Mike Evans for the year. What's his name? A big buff. Oh, big buff. Whatever his name is.
Emeka Buka?
Buka. He was beat up too playing. So it's just like this team needed like that rest week, and I think they're gonna come back full force against this Patriots team and take care of business.
You can't bet against Drake May, baby. Mike Vrabel, Stephon Diggs. That offense is looking good over these last handful of weeks. I know we keep mentioning, but that offense has been humming. The defense is still good. They're a very good running defense. I wouldn't expect Bucky or Rashad, depending on whoever plays, to have a good running game. It's going to come down to being able to slow down Baker in that offense, which I think Gonzalez, he should be able to slow down whatever receiver they put him on, whether it be a Godwin or a Mecca, and then you rely on your Harold Landry's, your Marcus Jones to go and kind of do the rest. I do think they can come in. Drake put up some points offensively. Defense do enough. Come in, cover the 2.5. Next game we got is the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar Jackson now back after a good performance last week against the Dolphins. They'll be on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, coming off a big win against the Eagles, as the Ravens are 3.5-point favorites on the road.
Oh, this is a very tough game for me, Caden. Vikings looked good last week, man. They looked really good with McCarthy in the lineup. I mean, I know we aren't big believers of J.J. McCarthy on this podcast, but he looked way better than Carson Wentz did.
He looked better than Carson Wentz.
He looked way better than Carson Wentz, and they took care of arguably one of the best teams in the NFL. But with that said, this Ravens team with Lamar Jackson looking like full force, they're coming right back Their season's not done yet. They got out of that last 2 weeks ago with that win against the Bears, and they took care of Dolphins easy last Thursday night. Yeah, man, this Ravens team, I don't see them losing this game. It's just that offense with Lamar, when he's healthy, he looked great against Miami. He really did. I don't see how this Vikings offense is going to be able to keep up with the Ravens right now. So I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm with you. I'm also on the Ravens -3.5 in this matchup. I know, yeah, like you said, their offense did look better last week with Minnesota, and they are playing a very bad defense this week, you can say, in Baltimore. So that theoretically, you could expect J.J. McCarthy and company to put up points. But like you also mentioned, well, we're not big believers in J.J. McCarthy over here. I myself am a non-believer at all in J.J. McCarthy. So I think we could be in store for maybe a Kyle Hamilton interception, maybe... it's just something some bad performance maybe out of JJ, but also I don't think that defense is going to perform like they did against Detroit. I don't think they're going to be able to get to Lamar like they got to Goff in that matchup. And I think Lamar and Derrick Henry, like you said, with Lamar back in the offense, everything looks restored, everything looks better. They look like a good football team once again. So yeah, we're giving the Ravens -3.5 in that one. Now going on to our afternoon slate, we got we're actually all still in our morning slate, never mind. One last game in the morning. So we got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They'll be on the road against the Houston Texans, where the Texans are a 1.5-point favorite.
This is a gross game, kid. I know we said this earlier in the year when they played.
It's a very gross game.
Especially now that C.J. Stroud might be out too. I mean, concussion's never good, so he might be out. And if he's out too, I'm definitely gonna be taking this Jacksonville team. Big addition, Jacoby Myers at the deadline. I thought that was nice for them to add. Losing Hunter kills him. He started to really look like the man. He was taking over the offense, in that London game. So it was really unfortunate to see that. But, yeah, man, this Texans team, they don't have Stroud. Even with Stroud, weird
Their
team.
offense isn't good.
It's just not good. We're just kind of waiting for it all year. Nothing's really clicked. I don't think it's coming at this point. With that said, I don't think the Jacksonville teams. The over/under for this game is 38.5. At least I got. So this is gonna be a bad game. It's gonna be tight football. Battle of defense in this one. And if it's battle of the defenses, I'm taking Jacksonville's defense over the Houston's.
Even though Houston has the top 5 defense in the NFL.
Doesn't Jacksonville too?
Houston, no. Houston has better defense. I know that.
I don't know. I thought Jacksonville's up there though too. I'm pretty sure they are.
I know. Last week when it was Denver, Houston, it was like two top 5 or 2 top 3 defenses. Because Denver was number 1 and Houston was right there.
Well, I guess I just trust Jacksonville's offense better than the Texans. I don't know, man. I like.
I don't like this game. I don't like Davis Mills.
No.
I don't like Sunshine. But Jacoby Myers is a good addition, especially with Hunter going down. He's still a good receiver and can help put up points. I am going to be with you here, Dwyer. I'm going to be with you on the Jags. A lot of just too many questions with the Texans on the offensive side of the ball, whether it be with Mills or Stroud running the helmet. It just seems like they just don't know how to score touchdowns and settle for way too many field goals. Now, moving on to our afternoon slate, actually. We got the L.A. Rams, and they'll be on the road against the San Francisco 49ers, where the Rams are a 3.5-point favorite.
Caden, I watched this Rams team play that this past week, and they look so good, man. Like Devontae Adams, I think this was the first time in his career. It is the first time in his career. He's not like the number 1 option of his team, and he's just so good. He's not getting double covered because that's just Puka taking all those. And that offense is just humming, man. And this 49ers team, they're still beat up, man. I don't think that this 49ers defense is going to be able to keep up with this Rams offense, honestly. And I don't trust the 49ers offense to be able to keep up with that other offense. So I'm going to be taking the Rams in this one.
Yeah, with you 100%. I don't think this Niners defense, especially how banged up it is with all their injuries, they're not going to be able to keep up with this Rams offense. Yeah, you got to stop Puka, Devontae, Kyron and Blake Corum are both looking great out of the backfield. Stafford's slinging the ball so well still. The whole back injury was just fake news propaganda to throw everyone off the scent at the start of the year. Like that's what happened. This Rams team is really good. They're going to win that division. And so, yeah, I do think even though it is on the road in San Fran, they're going to come in, cover that 3.5. Now let's get to our Sunday night matchup, as the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be on the road against the Los Angeles Chargers, where the Chargers are a 3-point favorite.
Okay, this is a tough one too, man. A lot of tough ones this week. Steelers, big win against the Colts last week. I mean, huge win. Yeah. Something that they really needed that after.
Their defense actually looked good for once.
I mean, that's been the whole thing all year, right? The defense is like, all right, the offense hasn't been great, but it's been getting by. Rodgers and that offense, they've been putting up points. It's just that defense has been bad, and they've been getting in a lot of close games. There's not been too many like wins where they're like, oh, that was a comfortable win. This past week, it was a pretty comfortable win. I mean, Colts came back a little bit to make the score close, but it was never really close. And with the Chargers last week, man, losing Joe Alt for the year, I think that's a huge loss for that offensive line. We've seen this team
traded for Trevor Penning today.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Week notice that's pretty short. I know offensive line's a little easier, but still, getting adjusted, synced into a new team like that has got to be different. And this team is still beat up too, man. I mean, the offense, their backfield. I mean, they have Vidal, who he's been like every other week. He's been really good, really bad. He was really bad last week, so maybe he's really good this week. But I'm gonna be riding high with the Steelers here. I think they take care of business on the road against the Chargers. I trust them a little more right now.
I'm actually going to be different than you on this one, though. I'm going to be riding with the Chargers. I think this Chargers offense is going to be able to, even though this Steelers defense did look better last week, I still think this Chargers offense through the air with Herbert's going to be able to exploit them. I think he's going to be able to find his McConkey, Johnson, Gadsden's, whoever he wants, just kind of really have a good passing game, use his legs, scramble some. And I don't think that offense for the Steelers is going to be able to keep up because, like you said, they haven't been bad. They've been putting up some points, but it's still nothing spectacular, nothing really that explosive on that offense for the Steelers. I just think the Chargers at home, even with their injuries, I think that defense will be able to slow down Rodgers and company, then Herbert through the air, lead them to a victory, cover the 3 points. And then our Monday night game, we got the Philadelphia Eagles on the road against the Green Bay Packers, where the Packers are a 2.5-point favorite.
Caden, I'm like still debating whether I want this to be my lock or not. I don't know if I want this to be my lock. Only reason I'm not is because we don't know 100% what's up with Saquon. I feel like they said they're confident he'll be back, but still, the groin stuff kind of worries me with running backs, especially Saquon. But man, this Eagles team, I don't know how they're dogs in this game. I mean, the Packers last week, that game was like the biggest. That was the biggest like eye opener of my life. When it came to sports,
who'd you have in that in our Pick'em league?
Who doesn't have the Packers?
I had the Panthers.
You had the Panthers. You might have been one.
I thought it was an easy pick.
Really?
I'm like the Packers. Well, the thing with the Packers, the main reason I had the Panthers last week is because the Packers don't cover. I didn't expect them to lose, but
it's just
they don't cover. They were 13-point favorites.
Yeah. Okay. Covering, sure. Yes, but I'm just talking pure.
Oh, I know.
Winning. I don't understand how this team could do that. I mean, I talked about how good this Packers defense is in the past, which I do think they have pieces, but their run defense is awful. Rico Dowdle, he might be the best player of all time. He might be a Hall of Famer at this point because goddamn, this guy just puts it up every freaking week. Feed Rico the rock, man. Just feed Rico. That's literally all they got to do. And this offense. I mean, how do you look that bad? Losing Tucker Kraft hurts. It really does. It'll be interesting who they go to now. I was thinking. Dobbs had about 10 targets last game, so maybe he's gonna be the guy they kind of start feeding towards more. But man, beating favorites in this game, especially with the Eagles coming off a bye week, a little more fresh. I really do like this Eagles team winning this week.
Yeah, I don't get the spread either. This Packers team has been very confusing this year, to say the least. Terrible loss last week. Like you said, Eagles coming off a bye. You still have a good offense. Hopefully, you got a healthy Saquon, but even still, I think Eagles plus 2.5, there's just too much value there. Even if come game time, Saquon gets ruled out, too much value there right now, and they are the better team, I think. So give me the Eagles plus 2.5. And Dwyer, we have not heard your or mine lock of the week for NFL. What is yours going to be this week?
Cade and I will be taking the Detroit Lions over the Commanders here at 9.5. This Lions team, rough loss against the Vikings last week. But with that said, I think this team's still a very good team. And like we saw the Colts too this week, Lions, these good teams, they have blimps on the road. I think that was just a simple blimp. Like Vikings aren't a bad team, but the Commanders are a really bad team. You look at the Commanders, they're so hurt. And then on top of that date, Jaden Daniels injury, I didn't even want to see it because of how gross I've heard it was.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to see it. I mean, this offense is completely lost right now. I mean, between the injuries, the running backs, I mean, Bill just never broke out.
Yeah, Bill just having that one good game against the Chargers, getting all our hopes up, and then just sucking.
Yeah, this team is just, it's over. I think it really is. This last past week, that really kind of solidified this team's season. It's over. Now the Lions will take care of business by at least 2 touchdowns.
I like that. I do. My best bet of the week is going to be the Carolina Panthers, actually. So,
Oh, Rico.
-5.5 at home against the Saints. Yeah, I'm believing in Rico Dowdle to just abuse a terrible team in New Orleans. Go off, rush for 120-some yards, maybe 2 tuds. Bryce Young do some things in the air, find hopefully Tedero and McMillan. Like, throw it to T-Mac in the red zone more. Like, what are you doing? He's 6'4", 220. You got the height, size advantage. Hear me out, Bryce Young. I'm just saying that as a fellow fantasy owner of Tedero McMillan. Throw him the ball, but in this, the Saints suck. Tyler Shuck did not look good in his debut on Sunday. He's not that good. This Saints offense isn't good. They just lost their big play guy in Rashid Shaheed. Just traded him away. They're such a bad football team, and I think the Panthers, even though they are not a great team, at home, especially where this offense thrives even more, I think they should come in, cover that 5.5, win by probably about 10 plus points.
I like it. Feed Rico, man. I love Rico.
Feed Rico.
Love Rico.
That's all I got for today. Dwyer, do you have anything else before we do depart?
No, at least we're switching it up a little bit this week. We weren't all the same, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, we got some more different ones this week. I will say, out of the one we had different last week, Utah did kill Cincy.
Whatever, man.
Utah did kill Cincy.
It's a new week for a reason, but
hey, yes it is. Well, thank you guys all for watching today's episode of the Untouchaballs podcast. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. If you have not already, leave a like on this video and comment down below. What is your guys' locks of the week for the college and the NFL? What do you think is our worst takes of this week? Also, make sure to turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload of the Untouchaballs podcast, and share this with your friends, family, strangers, neighbors, anything like that. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
peace.